Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. We are in the 2015 debut album from NF called Mansion. This is the title track number 2, called Mansion. We were off to a great start, excited to see where it goes. We're going to listen, make a few comments along the way. You'll have a chance to click into a second video called The Second Course, where we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music, which is really fun when it comes to rap. It's quite a heavy job, as far as trying to walk through all of that. But generally in rap songs, there's so much meaning embedded in every line, and there's not usually a ton of repeated stuff. So it's always fun to look at that. So you have an opportunity to click into that. And if you want dessert, you can head over to Patreon, where we've got tons of additional content. But let's jump in and give this one a listen.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
Okay, so we're getting context. And again, we did do the album Fear that came out this year in 2025, where it's burning down the mansion. And I know there's so much cool lore within NF's music, so I'm excited to explore that. But now we get this picture that the mansion is mind. And that's kind of what we're going to continue to explore.
My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in lyrics, they're all over the place. A songs in the mirrors written all over the floors, all over the chairs, and you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. That's where I write when I'm in a bad place and need to release and let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed, and you might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me. Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be.
Wow. This is painting such, I got chills. Such a cool picture. This idea that it's this mansion, which is his mind, and inside it's covered with all these lyrics. But then there's this basement that's like where the dark stuff lives. And we all need a basement, right? Maybe not literally. But we all have to have that place that we go and we do deal with stuff. And that's interesting that he's saying, like, I don't know, I just have this picture of the mansion, but then this downstairs, it's dark and there's holes everywhere. It looks like a maniac's been there. And that's where he works out, all these darker thoughts and the difficult things.
So how I cope with all this anger in me. Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be in. That picture ain't blurry at all, I just don't want to see it. And these walls ain't blank, I just think I don't want to see them. But why not? I'm in here, so I might as well read them. I gotta thank you for this anger that I carry around. Wish I could take a match and burn this whole room to the ground. Matter of fact, I think I'ma burn this room right now. Somehow this memory for some reason just won't go down. You used to put me in the corner so you could see the fear in my eyes, then took me downstairs and beat me till I screamed and I cried. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind, but I'ma keep the door shut and lock the lyrics inside.
Insidious as blind,
which we picked up on in the intro track from NF's past, that he had a stepfather. His mother died from an overdose in 2009 from pills, and that he had a stepfather that was abusive to him. That's really sad.
Mine, but I'ma keep the door shut and lock the lyrics inside.
insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion. Inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls, covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint, cover them up.
Dude, we'll get into it in the second course, but my problem is I don't fix things. I just try to repaint. I just try to cover up versus dealing with the root issue. Wow.
But in pain, see, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint, cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you confused? Come upstairs and I'll show you what I mean. This room's full of regrets, just keeps getting fuller it seems. Moment I walk into it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things, but it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep. I look around, one of the worst things I wrote on these walls was the moment I realized that I was losing my mom. And one of the first things I wrote was I wish I would've called, but I should just stop now, we ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am, and I lie to myself and say I do the best that I can. Shrug it off like it ain't nothing, like it's out of my hands, and get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret watching these trust issues eat me alive, and at the rate I'm going, I'll probably still be there when I die. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind. The question is, will I ever clean the walls off in time? Oof.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home.
Whoever's singing this is a beautiful voice. Maybe we'll find out when we do the second course.
Perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion. Inside this mansion.
So this part of my house, no one's been in it for years. I built the safe room and I don't let no one in there, cause if I do, there's a chance that they might disappear and not come back. And I admit I am emotionally scared to let anyone inside, so I just leave my doors locked. You might get other doors to open up, but this door's...
You know what? This line almost sounds violent, but this idea, right? I built a safe room. I don't let no one in there because if I do, there's a chance that they might disappear. It's more obviously just of an emotional, in the sense that if I let someone in, which I think we can all understand. I mean, hopefully you haven't had experiences like that, but I have, where you let people in, not from a romantic standpoint, but you let somebody in, you're vulnerable with somebody. I've been vulnerable with people, and then they've weaponized information against me. And so you kind of move to this place where it's like, I'm not letting you in, which there's wisdom in that. We can talk about that more in the second course, but there's wisdom in recognizing there are boundaries and that I'm not going to let you cross until you prove yourself, and that you don't have to let everybody in. There are people that will expect it from you, want it from you, but too bad. You know what I mean? Like I've learned, but you don't also want to live in a place where you never take the step to let somebody back in because you're afraid.
It's not, cause I don't want you to have the opportunity to hurt me, and I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me. I'm barricaded inside, so stop watching. I'm not coming to the door, so stop knocking. Stop knocking. I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know that shutting the world out ain't solving the problem, but I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing that's living in here. Fear came to my house years ago. I let him in. Maybe that's a problem, cause I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm in a position to either sit here and let him win or put him back outside where it came from, but I never can. Cause in order to do that, I'd have to open the doors. Is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore.
Wow. So you start seeing, I mean, I know even from the Fear album, you've kind of got the black hoodie version of him and the white hoodie version, and Fear coming back into his home, even though he wanted to keep him out. And then you see here, is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore. This difficulty to separate the two.
Cause in order to do that, I'd have to open the doors. Is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore.
What an incredible song. Man, he painted such a vivid picture. And I loved the ending. So yeah, the song features Fleurie, F-L-E-U-R-I-E. Beautiful voice. Wow. We're really getting this picture painted, and I'll stop saying this, but having the context from listening to Fear and then coming back to this, I think is actually really cool. I'm glad I did that because I at least know some way in which these things I'm coming across now, how they tie in, versus kind of being from a speculative point. If I was just coming in from this place, I don't know, carries almost more emotional weight having the context from Fear. Well, if you want to click into the second course, you can do that right here, where we're going to do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. Thanks for being with me for this one. I hope to see you in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on this song in the comments below. We're eating good.